Okay, I think I am live. It's 10 to 8. I come in a bit early just so I can check lighting, mood, and say stuff about Sam before he gets here. Just go, oh, look at that. Laura Cadman, straight in. Sam's wife is the first one in, which just shows you how he married well. So, right, we're coming in. All in now. We're good. So just to let you all know, we're going to watch episode 2 of series 1. And because we had loads of weird problems last week of people watching different stuff, Sam very cleverly has set up a YouTube channel, which hopefully you got the link of. If you haven't, go to my Instagram bio and the link is in there. And we're going to watch the one on that so that we can all watch the same thing. So go to my Instagram, Real Dom Jolly. But if you didn't know that, you wouldn't be here. And you can go to my bio and let's link up from that and pause on, there's a bunch of what looks like Mormons on a stage, which I think they are Mormons, and me pretending to look inconspicuous in the front row on a deck chair. So there we go. Well, that was 1 minute. Now I've got to film 9 minutes without Sam. But that'll be all right. So I've been in lockdown 51 days, and today I made a slightly illegal sneak out of the house, and we went to meet friends and sat in their garden, but at a 5 metre, like more than the governmentally approved distance, and had this weird drinks thing. So I'm a little bit pissed, which means you'll get some truth, which is good. Those have stuck. So I can take a couple of questions for a bit. Andy Mack. Andy Mack? Do I know Andy Mack? No, I don't. Hello. Yeah, boring. Okay, if you're just going to go, hello, I'm on the phone, I'm on Instagram, trust me, I've had it for 20 years. Just not interesting in any way whatsoever. Can't wait. Last week was good. So joined. That's good. What are you drinking this evening? I'm drinking a Portuguese dry white wine recommended to me by my friend Ollie Smith, the wine expert on Saturday Kitchen. Just so everyone, not that you have to drink the same thing, but it is very good. There's Go Roving. I like Go Roving. Go Roving likes my music, which is good. Hattie Jane. My sister's called Hattie. Tricky name to pull off. Have you seen Afterlife? No, I haven't seen Afterlife 1 or 2. Hey! Nikki Wellspring, hello. How old was your father in that cool photo? I think he was about 19. He looks exactly as I did when I was 19, but I wasn't fighting anyone. Look, any chance of another Trick Happy series? Hello, all that shit. Just forget it. Ask interesting stuff. Was it true you went to a blind man's house dressed the Grim Reaper? Yes, that is. That's very good. Artwork behind me. That is by Shepherd Fairy, who did the Obama Hope poster, and it's Paul Simonon from The Clash. So it kind of combines two of my great loves. And actually, that's another Clash thing. That's the cover of the greatest album ever, London Calling, signed by Paul Simonon. Wow, you are a bit arrogant. They fans, even if you are, yeah, whatever. Fuck off. Yes, I'm definitely arrogant and you're boring, so piss off. If you had the opportunity to knock up another travel series, where would you go? Oh my God, so many different things I'd like to go to. So if I had to name them, Algeria, Yemen, Turkmenistan, Hawaii for Pearl Harbor, and lots of different stuff. Very different. First thing you plan on doing when lockdown is lifted, getting offline. One lesson you learn from lockdown, don't do live sessions. Can you imagine coming on here and just saying you're an arrogant cunt? Of course I'm an arrogant cunt. That's why I'm doing a live fucking thing. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Next book in the works is being written at the moment. It's called Such Miserable Weather. And it's a book about me trying to fall in love with England again. Is it 2 tonight or 1? It's only 1 tonight because we're still going to check we get it right, basically. All-time top 3 condiments, that I like. Tabasco, Sriracha, Worcester sauce. Is it true you went to school with Osama bin Laden? Yep, keep up. How do your dogs cope without you when you're on your travels? Not very well, because my wife is not a good dog walker. But my dream would be to do a travel show where I can take my dogs. Do you feel that travel shows around America are passé now? Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's like almost everything's been done, but no, there's plenty more to be done. Love the program where you walked through Bulgaria. Ugh, I've walked through there properly without the BBC making it all look bland and we all get on. We didn't get on, but it was interesting. Any more books like The Less of the Golf Club? No, but if you like Less of the Golf Club, you might like my new podcast series on Audible called Dom Jolly's Earworm, which is kind of like, oh, here's Mr. Codlar, sorry. Fuck, I missed Mr. Codlar, where is he? There it is, let me try and get him on. View, there he is. We should get him on now, add. Not at this yet. Waiting for Mr. Codlar. That's a good name for a book, actually. I could do that. There he is. Hello, Sam. Can you hear me?
Yeah, taking an inch off the beard.
No, I saw that. I've done my own haircut as well, so we're both looking a lot better now.
You cut that yourself?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I couldn't. I mean, the back is a nightmare, but the front, I've done it. Now, Sam, what people have taken from last week is if we go out of sync, they can follow the show in your glasses.
Okay. Yeah.
So keep your glasses on, which is good.
Well, look, I'm queued up. Can you see?
Yeah, Glenn755. If you hate doing lives, why do you do them? I don't hate doing lives. I just hate talking to morons. Right, here we go. Matt Campion's on. Hello, Matt. So how's that good? Can we see the screen in yours?
My friend Maddie's on. Hi, Maddie.
Who's Maddie?
She's my producer here. Well, was my producer here in London. My wife is on.
There's your wife on. That's your wife, and then Matt Campion. This is just literally our entourage on again already. Right. There's Nikki Wellspring, who I've known for a long time. This is already funny. That's a bit patronising. Haha, Dom, you are a complete cock. Well, of course I am. But you're following me, I'm not following you, so I win. Ah, well done, Sam. I'm doing wine again. I love your man of the people with the wine thing. Stella, look at that. You know that when you put it up there, it actually doesn't read properly. It's backwards.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you going to do?
I thought I was going to leave it there all episode for like sponsorship.
No, because they wouldn't pay you because it's backwards. Because you're doing it in a mirror image thing.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Come on, you know, you and I will never be able to do a sponsorship or make any money out of this. I mean, we've set our own YouTube channel up where you have.
Yeah.
And you've done it really well. But normally people presumably be making money from that. But we have zero idea of how to monetize
My son said that with the viewers we've had, we're officially allowed to monetize it. But I thought we were in some massive royalty breach, so probably not a good idea.
Well, firstly, we're actually pirating someone else who's pirating us. But
that's right. So we're fine.
But don't mention who that is. But also, no, I don't think so. I think we need like 1 million views to make £1. So that beer, every sip you take, we need another 1 million views. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're not doing this for the money. You've saved all your money. I've spent all mine. Whatever. We're doing this for fun.
Well, it's the 20th anniversary.
Yes, I know it is.
Yeah.
So, genuinely, I have not watched this show. Tonight is episode 2, series 1. So I've not watched this show all the way through since we made it. It went out on the 14th, so...
No, it's 21st.
Went out on the 21st.
2000.
Oh, look at you. Okay, so why don't you give us some stats? Yeah,
I've got stats if you want to.
I know you do. I love this.
So episode 2, shall I go for it? Episode 2 went out on January the 21st, 2000 at 9:30 p.m.
Nice. British time.
British time, yeah. And
because now we're international on this.
That's right. Yeah, that was the advantage. And so have you explained to people the advantage of watching on the YouTube channel for our friends in America?
Well, the problem is that if I explain, you have to watch on our YouTube channel, which is called Trigger Happy TV Watchalong that you set up. People think, oh, they're making money from it. And actually, we're not. I'd love to make money from it, but we're not. It's just that last week, we were all watching on different things and it got out of sync. So it's just easier, that's all. But if you're watching this after we've done it live, I will do that and you just start the show and it'll work, I'm sure. I don't know.
But have you made the point that it's because when it sold to Comedy Central, it had this strange kind of sound like music. It didn't have the real music on it.
Well, it didn't have strange, sadly. I mean, one of the real strengths, well, the strength of Trigger Happy, I wasn't really interested in the comedy, was I chose every single song on Trigger Happy, apart from one that you chose. You chose Pets by...
Yeah. Porno for Pyros or whatever that.
Yeah, you chose that. And it always annoyed me you chose one. But anyway, the soundtrack was amazing. And then when we sold it around the world, it cost, I think it cost more than it cost us to make the entire series just to clear Elastica, let alone everything else. So we had to have this terrible sound-alike soundtrack all around the world, apart from Germany, who were the only country that paid for the whole soundtrack. And normally that wouldn't matter too much, but we edited this to the music. Like normally you edit the joke and put music on. I'd put music down and then try and stretch the joke. So you can't just take a song off and drop another one on. So if you've never seen Trigger Happy TV without the original soundtrack, you've never seen Trigger Happy TV.
Super Philman is going to be happy because he's saying he likes Gordon Lightfoot. Today's the first episode with Gordon Lightfoot in it.
Is it? Now, you remember my Gordon Lightfoot tune? When Trigger Happy started to be big, and we started to get big in our boots, and everyone was like, oh my God, the soundtrack's amazing. And I started to think, well, maybe we should try and get a pop video spin-off and be on top of the pops. And the most requested song was the Gordon Lightfoot one. And I'd never heard of Gordon Lightfoot apart from this song. So we contacted his manager and we said, look, this show is going big in the States. We'd love to do a spin-off. I'm sure Gordon is now penniless. We'll help him out. We'll do a video for him and we'll be Christmas #1. And we're a bit cocky. We sent it off. We waited and we waited. Nothing. Finally, we rang up and said anything, and they nothing. So finally, I rang up and got through to Gordon Lightfoot's manager. And he said, hi. I said, hi, I don't know if you remember, but we're getting very near Christmas and, you know, we're kind of a big deal. And Gordon is, you know, probably needs the help. And he said, yeah, Gordon's seen the show. And he said, no. And I said, oh, why? And he said, yeah, he just watched it and said it was shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. And now, of course, I realized Gordon Lightfoot, probably the biggest artist in Canada. That song is the most covered song in history. So it was literally, we were just so above our own, we were just pushing too hard there. But yeah.
But at least he took the time to watch it, at least. So.
I don't think he watched it.
Oh, it was just a straight no.
Yeah, it was just a straight no, yeah.
All right, Trigger Happy stats.
Yeah.
Episode 2 went out January the 21st, 2000. What was #1 in the UK? On the
in what year?
Of January 2000. 21st of January 2000.
Oh, something terrible like Take That or...
Britney Spears, Born to Make You Happy. What was the UK album #1?
I don't know.
Travis, The Man Who.
Oh, that was good. The Man Who. That was a good band.
Travis.
Drift
liked them a lot.
Great. Yeah, we like Travis.
Okay, episode 2 has 37 scenes total, and then the titles. 37 scenes, 33 of which were shot in London, 2 in Zermatt. We're in Zermatt again for 2.
Zermatt, one on across Switzerland. We went on a ski holiday.
Yep. 1 on a cross-channel ferry and 1 at Crufts. That's going to be a surprise. You're going to be surprised when you see Crufts.
We never went to Crufts.
Well, you walked into it. I don't think we actually went to it, but we did. We obviously got onto it. I don't know where is it. Where is it? Is it Manchester or something?
I have no memory of going to Crufts.
No, nor do I either.
I don't remember being on a cross-channel ferry either.
Well, you'll be surprised. It's definitely there.
All right. I'm not 18. I can't remember it.
18 scenes with music, 19 without. 3 fluffies. Gorilla,
okay, so everyone knows, in America they call them plushies, and it becomes a bit of a niche porn, and other people call them furries, but we always used to call our costumes fluffies.
Right. Isn't that what everyone calls them?
No, it's not. It gets very weird.
But in the UK, you'd say, oh, I want to get a fluffy dog costume, wouldn't you?
No,
what would you say?
Not a lot of people in the UK have this as a normal discussion. Actually, a lot of people call them football mascots, which really irritates me.
Oh, yeah, mascots.
Because I hate football.
All right, last stats. 2 celebs, Alice Cooper and Tony Blackburn.
Oh, my God.
And do you remember the funny thing about...
Do you remember
that his office, the Capitol Gold office, was right next to our office. And we would see him each morning walking in and ask him for his autograph. And he never I don't know, he just like... after the 12th time or whatever, he never went, oh, it's you guys again. He just did it.
So we were on Charing Cross Road, and he would walk from Leicester Square Tube past our office to go to the Capital Radio station. And we noticed him once, then twice. And the third time we went, fuck it, let's get Tony Blackburn's autograph. And we did. And then the next day, there he was again. So it became almost like, get to work, get a coffee. Oh, there's Tony Blackburn, let's get his autograph. And we did exactly the same thing every morning. We used the same line, Mr. Blackburn, I'm your biggest fan, can I have an autograph? He never batted an eyelid. We got 56 autographs off him. And then finally we just thought, fuck it, we'll film this thing. That's so funny, I forgot that.
Yeah. All right, well, they're the stats. Most popular location, a lot of it in Regent's Park. We were there 4 times, and Leicester Square 3 times.
Regent's Park was great because we could drive the Previa to the inner ring,
out quick,
park it, get out and do it. Leicester Square, well, we could walk from our office. So we did Tony Blackburn there. What else did we do? Oh, it doesn't matter what else we did in this one. I'll see.
The nice thing about Regent's Park, you also get a lot of production value from Regent's Park. You know what I mean? It looks classy.
Oh, yeah. Regent's Park in those days was the equivalent of getting a drone shot up to make it look like...
Now, so the only thing is, so with the episode 2 on YouTube Watchalong, it's just one thing. So there's part 1, then there's a little the little kind of ad break music, and then it goes straight into part 2. So we'll just go straight through. There's no stopping.
Yeah, we'll
Once
see.
We start, we're off.
I think we should just stop at the halfway, just in case people are watching it on a different format, so they can sync up again. That's all.
But how do we then all start?
I love that.
Half?
Someone's just written, how difficult was it to get the filming permit? Filming permit? No fucking filming permit.
No, but we did in series 2. Series 2, we did start getting filming permits, but series 1, we didn't.
If you remember, in royal parks, which are things like Hyde Park, Regent's Park, I think you're supposed to get a permit unless you're not a proper film crew. And a proper film crew meant you're not on a tripod.
Exactly. So, if you had a tripod, you had to get a proper permit.
Well, as we can see from your camera work, we had no tripod. But there was one moment where we made Al Campbell, who now is an incredibly successful director. He was our runner, and he does Code 404 on Sky at the moment. And we made Al drive through, as a kind of initiation, we made him drive the Toyota Previa that we used, which was rented, all the way through Hyde Park. And we just went on those pedestrian paths. We just drove all the way through. And finally, the equivalent of my trigger-happy park warden said, stop the car, and said, what are you guys doing? And we go, we're media, we're filming. And he went, sorry. And we just drove all the way through Hyde Park. So if you can blag it, you can do anything. Have you done anything since Trigger Happy TV? No, nothing. That's it. It's been my entire life. Just 2 years, and I've just sat here wanking myself to death. It's been good, though.
Right, should we go for it?
I think so. So I'll click and go like that, yeah?
I'm all queued up. You should be able to see. You should be able to see 5 people standing on a stage.
I can see 3 people that look like Amish women, and then 2 American jocks in. Yeah, is that right? In shorts.
Yeah, my memory is that they were all American, and so we thought, well, that's great. We don't need to get their release because by the time this goes out, they'll have gone home.
Well, we were wandering around. This is just by Embankment, a little park by Embankment. We walked in, spotted them. They're about to start. I sat down in the front. I'm embarrassed here. They start. I interrupt, and we fucked off. We never got any consent.
Correct.
Oh, look, Levi Cadman. That's your son. Your son.
Yeah, that's my son. He's on.
Okay, that's good. All right, so I'll start this, and I'll go like that when it starts. How's that? Ready?
Okay.
Okay. 3. So this is series 1, episode 2. You should be queued up some blue and white deck chairs. I'll show you what it is, so you can see what it is. It should be that. Can you see that? Yeah. Is that what you've got?
Yeah, that's what I got. People can see it in my glasses.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then, so we're going to go. I'm going to press start.
Go 3, 2, 1.
3. So this is Molly Malone, isn't it? This is one of the first mobiles I did. I'm very nervous. Look at their faces.
I'm at a concert!
Because
I'm
this
at
was
a
the
concert!
point mobile. It wasn't
Yeah,
about
hang
mobile
on!
phone. It was about interrupting shit.
You're cracking up!
No
hang
one wants to
on!
watch this.
Yeah!
You're meant to be on headphones.
Shout!
Oh yes, fuck, I am.
No, you got to just go get them.
Sorry to bother you, we're just doing a survey on the street here, and I'm working for Her Majesty's government.
And
What we're trying to do is basically, we're
Seven
based
Dials
with the
roundabout.
SAS in Bosnia. So what we're trying to do is collect some money for sort of dead pets that we keep in Russia. Well, the thing is that we've got a sort of charity which basically takes dead pets and relocates them abroad and stuff. So I just wondered if there's any chance you'd give 10p, 20p towards that. That'd be very kind. The main thing we do is fly mules to various countries who, you know, don't really have a home. And then when they
keep the
die,
volume low.
you know, they're dead anyway.
Yeah. Oh, we are so shit at this.
Brilliant. You made a mule very happy.
Okay,
Thank you
I'll
very
keep
much.
it low.
Cheers.
Okay, so this is Regent's Park again. Oh, now it's working. That's Matt Gilby, who was our runner.
Matt Gilby.
Yeah.
He's the runner.
That was
So
just
there
an
was-
extra shot. That was good.
There was four
Ah,
of us.
here
There
we go.
was
Fucking
here we go.
Please,
Fucking
yeah.
Palace.
could you have our luggage brought down?
Your luggage.
So this is classic me trying to do a foreign accent.
I don't.
And
I
I've
can't
gone for
get your
Dutch, but
luggage
frankly,
from
it
up
started
there.
in Holland,
You have
drifted
luggage
across
in the
Europe,
vessel?
always ended up in South Africa.
Buckingham Palace.
But I probably can do a Dutch accent. I love all the stuff on the back there.
I'd like
Teacups.
some hair lotion.
That's your Renault.
That's my old Renault 5.
That's your Renault 5. This is me fully car-hearted up there. This is near
Yeah.
Carnaby Street, I think.
No, we're in Berkeley Square.
Okay. Look at that.
And this is harder than it looks because that camo neck gets caught on everything.
Oh, I know. I'm a pro here. I loved your Renault 5. You used to leave it outside your flat with a thing saying, please feel free to browse. Because people broke into it. Oh, here we go.
Hello.
Where's
Maybe
this?
a little music?
Camden, I'm thinking?
Yeah.
I think it's Upper Street. I think it's in
Yeah, you're right.
Symington, Upper Street.
So this is my sort of proto-Albanian guy.
Okay, is this a family song?
Again, I love the boots.
The boots is what it's all about. This man would never get a visa in America now.
I wonder what they're doing now, that couple.
Okay, this is the Electric Cinema of Leicester Square. They used to let us do
Prince
anything.
Charles. Prince Charles Cinema.
Prince Charles Cinema, sorry, off the Electric of Leicester. This is a weak joke, this really, just big hair, but this guy gets so angry. What's great is this guy complains in a visual style because there's no sound on this. The music is the church. God, I love the church. Great Australian band. Look at that. That's great.
I've nothing to declare.
Oh, are you have nothing to declare?
I wake up and
To
go
Durham.
to Durham.
Oh, you're gonna get up in the morning and go
Somewhere
I like your
else.
hat.
To Durham.
You're just like, I'm going
The
to
hat.
really go all
The
London.
hat is very Joey and
Is
Friends.
there
If you're an
a
English tourist, that's what you wear.
for soft or hard drinking?
Yeah.
Oh! So this is Trafalgar Square, the very first kind of... Oh, I love this. Caricaturist on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Lots of jokes here. On the front, there was a sign saying no beards, no small faces. I love this. And what am I wearing here? Like layers of shit. £1, 1 minute, because we wanted them just to think this won't take long.
The Mona Lisa in 5 minutes. And then I would write.
And you were up in the balcony above, I remember this. We filmed all these in 2 days. Oh, I love that. And this is what I like. This is from Betty Blue, the sort of slow French existentialist nervous breakdown wave. This is Primrose Hill, Regent's Park.
Good afternoon. Enjoying
Regent's
yourself in the
Park over the canal.
You enjoying yourself in
Yeah,
the park?
this is White Swans, I think.
You do?
Because I love the
Good.
jacket.
We've had a little bit of a complaint, so I'm sorry if I have to bring this up, but a couple answering to your description, doing some graffiti on one of the walls up there. That, not
me
you.
in there.
Not at all. Okay, you haven't got any paints.
Now,
or
this
anything,
costume would have been from
away.
Angels
They
and
wrote,
Bermans, who were
Yo, White
costumiers
Swans,
as opposed to a
they
fancy
wrote
dress
all over
shop.
it, so.
Well, all our fluffies were from
Okay.
Escapade
Very
on
strange,
Camden
yeah,
High
but-
Street. But something complicated like this.
I mean, I'm not against art or anything, just
Just not here,
Just
not
not
on my
here.
patch. Usual. This is, again, disappointed with this. Again, lovely music from beta band Dr. Baker. But this essentially is the sort of pre-thinking to the snail crossing the road, which is really funny. Whereas this is just old, pretending to be an old man. And so another old man who looks very much like Nigel Farage, actually.
But also, you're
To
doubled
help
over
me.
because you don't want them to see that you're clearly not in your 80s.
Yeah, I'm just
And you don't-
nervous
this
because I know
guy-
this is actually a shit gag. I mean, it's not complicated. This is not a great gag, this. Oh, I think I take the bike there. That's a good... Yeah, so we've upped it this time. I've taken the bike. That's good. So we're building towards the... But it's still not great.
I like your exit.
Okay, I know where this is. This is
Excuse me, I know
Kensington
it
Church
sounds a bit
Street.
unbelievable, but I've just bought this house and I've lost the keys. I was wondering, you wouldn't
She's
just give me a leg
terrified.
up, would you? Over
She
the
thinks
wall?
I'm going to kill her.
Sorry?
Sorry, no, I
Because
can't.
I've just bought it and I've lost both sets of keys, and my grandmother who's in
Of
there
course
is
she is.
actually very
Making it
ill
up as we
well.
go. Look at the reflection there from you filming inside
Yeah.
the Previous.
Right. But it's just that her cat's in there as well. I'm supposed to be feeding. And if I don't get in,
She's terrified.
This is
obviously
a
the
bit
cat will
like
get really
the
hungry.
old sea dog. I tell one
Yeah.
story and then ramp it up with a dog
Right,
or a
you could
cat
just keep an
story.
eye out then, just if my grandma comes back.
Now
This is a
outside
surprise.
our old office, Charing Cross Road. I can't remember the joke here. Oh, an early sign joke. I like that. Look at that. Easy
I like
joke.
the purity of that.
I'll just show you.
Okay, so this
What I
is
tend to use is called American
Camden.
Arc, yeah, which
No,
in
this is
accordance with
King's
doing
Cross,
the
where
very
now
easy
Central
way
St
of
Martin
just
and all
hitting
that
the ball as far as you
redevelopment
can
is up
very
behind
easily and
King's
quickly.
Cross.
This is
So
actually
if I
probably
just
where
show
the
you a second
Google
time,
building
it's
is
the American
now.
Arc, so
Yeah,
And
that's
I'll
true.
set this up. I think when I hit this, the actual head of the golf club actually breaks off, doesn't it?
The third
Right.
swing, I mean, like, and we never
Learn it for a
found
bit.
it. Imagine if
Hang
that
on.
had
No. I mean, when I hit this the
So,
third
that's obviously
time,
not- and
because
not
I'm
to
not
do
a
it.
great golfer.
So
Ooh. So it looks like I'm trying to be funny, but actually in my head it's a bit like opera. I'm thinking
Sorry,
I'm going
yeah.
to do an amazing shot here.
right, another go.
There we go. Look, top of the golf club actually just disappears there. Now this is Ocean Colour Scene that I didn't love, but this is an amazing song. This is what I like. Look at this guy.
What's funny is that the other
How did we
bay-
film that from behind? Oh, there's the camera.
You can see the camera.
Right.
The
Yeah,
other
yeah.
bays are still active, so there are other people hitting golf balls.
Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me. I'm from the
Look at these, a
Stanford
matching
Jamboree
couple.
just
We
outside
always
the
like
park.
to matching couple.
And
They
I'm
look like
asking members of the
Kiwis to me.
public whether they can help me get a badge. Would you mind just helping for 10 seconds? I'm getting a
course
Greco-Roman
you are.
wrestling badge. And I just need to get a member of the public.
Greco-Roman wrestling.
They are Kiwis.
And I just have
I
to
must remember
stand
that.
there for 10 seconds
Only
and then I
Kiwis
say
would
I've
dress
done
like
it.
that
Would you
and
mind?
not
I think it better
be
be you.
murdered.
Yeah,
Would you mind?
I don't know much about it. I'm lost.
Well, you just have to put... Were you a
Oh,
scout?
you're a scout,
Yeah.
so
Okay,
obviously you've
fantastic,
got
then
your
you'll know about this.
Greco-Roman
So, you just
wrestling
put me
match. I don't know what I'm
here
going to do
in an
now.
arm lock.
The joy is we're
Yeah.
making all this shit up as we
That's
go,
it,
and I'm just
and
thinking,
really
what
close.
is that
Trying to-
thing? Look at you, you're not shaking though, that's what's good. He actually throttled me there.
Well, I think you've got your badge.
Sorry.
Oh dear.
You okay?
Yeah.
Righty, hey?
Radio.
Again, we used Lemonhead.
Right.
Oh my god, it was Crufts.
What's this?
So we went all the way to Crufts just to do that. I think it was in Birmingham.
I think we would have gone to Craft thinking we were going
I
to get
think-
more.
I think we went to Crufts with big ideas, and that's all we got out
Alice
of it.
Cooper. Here you are
Exactly.
in London.
So
Do
this
you
is
watch
at
Trigger
the
Happy TV, Look?
Milestone
Oh yeah, well, I live in Arizona.
Hotel in
Yeah.
Ken
And
High
you
Street.
come on every afternoon about
Opposite
3
remember
o'clock.
Kensington
One
Palace.
of your favourite shows?
Yeah, he's
Oh, I watch
very
it.
he's
You,
very
the
nervous
X-Files,
about
and The
this. He had a very
Simpsons.
nervous
Yeah.
PA.
And,
What
what are
what
you
is
here in
this
London
about?
for?
I'm doing
Here we
this
go.
Albert Hall thing with
Mum, I can't.
the Daltrey and a bunch of
No
guys.
one cares,
and,
Alice.
the British rock symphony.
I'm actually
thing.
interviewing
So the phone I'm actually using there is actually the
And, it
phone
should be fun.
that the big
Mum,
mobile
yeah,
was a
everybody
copy
else
of.
is-
The
I'm interviewing
Sony
Alice
Mars
Jones.
bar. I was really chuffed with it.
And can I talk to your mom? a second?
Alice, shut up. I'm
Alice
doing a
Cooper.
show right
Can
now.
I talk to her a second?
Mum,
I don't think
I mean,
that microphone I'm
provoking
holding
Alice
actually
Cooper,
works.
it's a bloke,
We were
it's a
so
singer.
Calls me
disorganised.
all the time too. I know.
yeah, okay.
I've actually got a
Yeah,
clip
the guy-
mic
yeah.
on my tie.
Okay.
So that microphone's just a
Yeah,
prop.
bye. What?
Yeah,
Even though it's a better microphone than the one on my tie.
I like this.
That's
that
how
a
shit we
reveal?
were. Look at this. I'm just thinking, how do I make this funny? I've no idea. Tell you
Okay,
what,
be
I'll
as
run
soon as
off.
possible.
That's what normally
Okay,
happens.
go.
But you look at me. You're looking at me, and I'm trying not to laugh. I can remember this.
Oh look, but he's such a sweet guy though. I love that.
Yeah,
okay?
he was very sweet.
I've said I can't.
I've run out of ideas here.
I think
I'm
you're
just
just
gonna
thinking,
run.
when can I walk off?
Yeah, normally I'm thinking, can I run? Is it funny enough? I'm just going to walk off. I love this. This is where you're going, Dom, and then you ring up the company going, no, it's unbelievable. I'm here with Mr. Cooper. And the guy just ran away. It's very unprofessional. You were braver than me. You're always left with people.
And then we come back.
Here we go. Who's this guy?
He said something about
This was his manager.
Mom,
This is
somebody
the
went down a
reality of
ravine in
rock
a
and roll.
car.
Here we go. This is Supergrass. Oh, I love this one. This is a good one.
Hello?
On the South Bank.
Yeah.
I'm jogging. Yeah. I'm
Weirdly, I've
jogging.
just taken up jogging.
Yeah,
20 years later, I actually have
fantastic.
taken up jogging. The
Yeah,
last week,
release
so
the life and all that.
interesting fact.
Shout!
Oh, I should have just pushed him in.
Afternoon. How are you? Enjoying the park?
Yes, lovely.
We've actually had a report, sir, of.
Interestingly,
someone
the
filming
two
your
park
description,
wardens in
pushing
this
people into the
episode
lake.
linked to swans for trivia facts.
Well, some
White
people
Swans
just
Rock,
mentioned
and there's
someone
the
of your
swan.
appearance pushing. You haven't been
Probably
pushing anyone in the
unintentional,
lake?
but just always thinking about the links.
Why would anyone do this nowadays, sir? But you haven't pushed anyone in
People
the
think
lake
we make
today.
this shit up.
I don't push anyone in.
What are you drinking tonight, Sam?
Let alone today.
Stella.
Are you
fine.
serious? Governor?
Nice. We went
You
through
know,
that. I remember now.
Yeah, we're trying to find the person. Someone of
Where
your
are you?
age,
You're in
and,
London, are you?
Obviously, it's high jinks, and
Yeah, I'm in London.
we'll
I'm in Cheltenham.
have a sort of.
I'll come
Get
here
you
every
in.
day. I mean, 'cause
Yeah.
I don't expect
In
to
fact,
find
I'm
me.
just around the corner from a couple of these
But, you know,
locations
I
coming up.
understand what happened.
Yeah, you
People
are.
get a bit carried away. The high jinks, push someone
I'm
in.
just bored of this now. I mean, if I had to, I would
It'd be
just
easier
push
if you
this man
actually
in
told
now.
me. It definitely
It
wasn't
would have been
you.
a funnier joke, I think.
Fine.
Ah, traffic warden. Oh, this is good. Early stuff.
So
There's
that's
the
the
premiere.
van we drove around in.
So this is Soho.
Through a
Good.
street.
So we had to drive around and kill these sort of traffic wardens. So normally people drive around avoiding traffic wardens. We drove around waiting for them. Okay,
Big expensive props.
so we went to Zermatt for a ski holiday. This is quite funny. Ski school.
I think that's funny.
What's great is the crap ski school, not
Yeah, 10 francs.
C-R-A-P. It's K-R-A-P-P. It shows, oh, this is Chinatown. And again, more Jacques Brel. Beautiful.
Colt.
So this is the piss take of that, the bit on,
He's wearing a crash helmet again, I remember.
yeah, but that's a piss take of the, what's it called?
Kill Bill.
No, you know, the, fuck, I've gone mental. Harrison Ford, you know,
The what?
Harrison Ford when he's an adventurer.
Oh, Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
When
Indiana
the guy
Jones.
pulls out
That's
the
the
gun.
moment the guy goes, all that stuff, and then he just shoots it.
Yeah.
Charing Cross.
So this is the great stuff. What I love is the fake raven on top there.
Yeah, the stuffed raven.
Look at this. This is Deus, lovely Swiss band, one of the only famous Swiss bands. This was filler, though, to be honest. This is from your own flat.
It's from the kitchen window of my flat.
So we put microphones in that thing and listened to it. And before this guy stepped in, a drug deal happened, and we were filming it. And we got
Right.
terrified we'd be killed. We had to hide.
Yeah, we honestly thought we were going to be killed. This enormous dude was doing a deal in the phone booth, and we were just like, everyone keep really still.
And we just cancelled everything.
There is a red Renault 5.
So this guy stepped up, was just ringing Renault 5. So that's your Renault 5 again. And actually,
Yeah,
it's pretty
my
much
Re-
where you used to park it.
£10,000.
Yeah.
If you see the nun, everything is okay. If you see the doctor, get out of there. The money is yours.
Oh, I love this. Look at him. He's like, what? There's your Renault 5. Put an X on it. Can't remember
Who
who
played
the
the
nun
nun?
was. A friend of yours walks past now. I can't remember his name. That's Matt Gilby again.
Matt Gilby.
Can't remember
That's
the
two
nun
appearances for him.
was. Well done, Matt. This guy, there we go. This is your friend.
Is it?
Yeah, it's your mate, you know, the North London bloke.
Sam.
Is his mate. Sam.
Oh, Sam.
Ah, this
Brilliant.
Ah, this is
And now
Okay.
we're in your flat.
That's my flat, 6 All Saints Road, where now Salman Rushdie lives, although I shouldn't say that, but it is. So this is what we called Rent-A-Kill. Here we go.
This big rat, it's been here for
And
for
said
quite
we
a
had a
long
rat
time.
problem.
Just can't
This
shift
is a
it.
favourite of
Let's
mine.
pause now.
There it is.
And that's
What do you
Matt Gilby again as the rat. And he's
I mean,
reading
do you
okay.
think, what are they thinking?
Fuck knows. Just thinking
Do you
we're going to be
think-
die here. So this is the Bank of Straw moving to California. I love this song. This is a very boring. This is a very dull joke. It's just me blocking it, but it's still fun.
I don't mind these. I think I like this kind
It's
of thing.
okay.
It's
It's
just
made
sort of,
okay by good music, but it's not. You know, it's not high comedy, is it? I look like.
I like how you're pretending not to notice.
Massively overweight brother. It's the insistence that works.
I think that's funny.
I love that. It's visually it works.
Here we go.
This is Upper Street.
Guten Tag.
Eine
Eine kleine
kleine
Musik.
So I'm trying to be good. Eine kleine Nachtmusik.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Okay, I'll go ahead. Oh my God, it's so good. No, thank you. Okay, yeah, I'll carry on.
Is that a tuba or what is that one? A tuba or a sousaphone?
I think we made. I don't think that instrument actually
Sousaphone.
exists. I think we made it up. I mean, what the fuck is it? I have
No,
no
it does
idea.
exist. It's got an. I think it's a sousaphone.
Now that was a nice edit. On
Now this one I like. This is what I like.
We go back to
So
this is right outside our office. See, getaway car.
I like
We've
that.
actually built on that joke. We've built, so there was a reason for that joke. That's
Paul
Paul
Young.
Young, who now is the major director, but at the time looks like it. Oh my God, we
I'm the
did
captain
go
of
on
the
a.
cat. So I should be driving, but I'm actually just sort of standing here and hanging about because
Oh, I
I
love
prefer
it.
to look at that, you know. Yeah, I'm not actually very good at driving it. I crash too, so, you know. Let's leave it to someone who knows what they're doing,
We're
you know what I
actually
mean?
on a fucking cross-channel ferry. This is like the pilot saying, "I'm drinking a lot." What are you looking at there?
Do you know how to swim?
London Zoo. This is where we kind of started, Sam. Do you remember we had a penguin who escaped from London Zoo? So now we've just got a gorilla stealing something from London Zoo. I'm not sure what the joke is here, because is he stealing a gorilla? No, there's nothing in it at all. I'm not sure what this. So this is like our reeling up the baby joke, but less interesting. But look at the woman in the background. There's no
That's good reactions.
at all. But then, do we need?
But the reactions are good.
Look at the little kid in blue.
It's no parking.
Charing
there,
Cross Road.
yeah? No parking.
This guy will go to the European Court of Supreme Justice to
No
argue
parking.
this.
Double yellow.
He's parking at a red light.
Right.
You what? Wait for the traffic light. Are you?
And for us, a dream. He's wearing a helmet.
Instead of
We
green,
don't have to
but
get
don't
permission.
park.
Yeah, no release
Not on my
needed
patch.
there.
Never.
Where's this?
security.
Is
Notting
this
Hill
also
Gate.
Notting Hill Gate.
With a dark blue t-shirt,
So this
Matt
is
Gilby on Matt Gilby on
this.
we shoplifters.
This is
On the
Nisa,
tannoy.
what is Europa in Notting Hill Gate.
Yeah.
And this is the glorious Love and Rockets, the spin-off of Bauhaus.
This is the only. This is the only time, the only joke where someone got really upset. Not this.
That's
couple.
true. I had a nun got mental and started throwing stuff at me. But you put the camera in the trolley, shopping trolley.
That's right.
And actually, I think you gave the idea to Pulp to make their joke, to make their video of common people, because that's what they did.
Oh, there you go.
Suddenly you've got a dolly, Steadicam. It's great.
Well, this other guy, he had been accused of shoplifting previously, which how could we possibly have known that? And he went berserk. He threw
Yeah,
the
he
shopping
did go
trolley.
berserk. I got
across
smashed
the
in the
floor.
face by a nun, and I wasn't sure whether she was a nun or a strippogram. Oh, this is outside Tate. This is outside the Tate. This is great. So this is Faithless. This is the first Faithless album was weird. This is Jamie, who left Faithless, but I love this song. Don't leave. We did loads here. This is just me and a
But
nice
it was a really
fucking-
safe setup. It was an easy, you know, I was hidden. It was a steady flow.
This is just Chef
Like-
having a nervous breakdown, but we did so many jokes on this. It was great.
This is proof that you really don't know what you're going to do until you're doing it. Like I can
Yeah,
see
yeah,
you
yeah.
thinking, I'm going to use
Yeah, but
my
I love
nose.
it. But that's what made us laugh. What a song.
It was a
Don't
great
leave.
song.
Oh, here we go.
Tony Blackburn, you're one of the most famous ex-presenters of
So
the
One of the
he
famous
has-
ex-presenters at the top of the pop.
There's not even a
Damn it.
flicker. But we've
I
asked
watched it
him
the
for
other
his
day and I thought it was
autograph
quite nice. I mean, it
tens
hasn't
of,
changed
I mean, like
at all
50
from
times.
when I was
So the
comparing
best story
it,
is this
and, I
girl
think
in
it's
the
quite-
background.
I don't
We
think it
knew
has
her
as
through a
much
friend of our
relevance
production
nowadays,
manager.
because, you've got
And when we
MTV,
finished
you've got
filming this,
VH1 and all the
I
rest of
just
it.
joined the
It's quite
Groucho
nice to get
Club,
away from the
and we all
hot
went for a
video.
drink afterwards,
And it was
like,
also
because
quite
we were
nice
so
to see,
excited
the
at the end
groups
of a
minding us
series.
badly.
And she left her
Excuse
heels
Excuse me.
in the
Sorry.
Groucho
You
shoebox.
Dom Jolly?
And then forgot about it. We all got drunk, that was
thought it
it.
was you.
And then my
I thought it
wife
was
came
you.
for the first
So
time
right
ever
in
to
the
the
middle
Groucho
into
with
it,
me.
Oh,
And I walked in and they go,
Can
your
I
friends
go
left
first?
these
Mine?
high
I really
heels.
love your show. It's mine.
It was terrible.
Well, tell you what, my
She
friends
lives in
really like coming
Guernsey
to
now.
here.
She
Is
just
that right?
contacted me.
Go.
Look at
Go
Tony.
on,
Look
go
at
on,
Tony
really.
Blackburn.
I'm getting seated now.
Because
so
basically the
drink
joke is he
tea.
thinks
Please,
that
I'm really
she wants his
interested.
autograph,
Thank you.
and actually she wants mine. And he's kind of doing a nervous twitch there.
Oh, you are kind. Thanks so much. Thanks.
Can we just actually do
Of course you
Let's
can.
have a kiss.
Look at Tony again. Well, I've kissed a lot of women. Oh. Oh my God, I've forgotten all this.
Oh, God, that was lovely. Hey,
Look, I
Tony,
love
you
this
want a
little
proper
look you
one?
give to Tony.
Tasting it. Come on.
You look like I've got to.
There's the moment where he's laughing, and then he's like, hang on. Oh, I love that.
There you go.
Fucking hell, we had a laugh. We had no idea what we were doing. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Let's look at these credits for a second. Tracy Oakley, Paul Young, Paula Munro, I remember
Paula
Paul,
Munro,
Beck Hill,
very
Sarah Fulton, never
producer.
heard her again. Miles Bullough does stuff in Bristol. Alex Jackson Long, remember her? And then, of course, there's oh, what's this? It's an extra bit.
I'm
What
keeping
am I
my
doing?
eye on you.
What was that? I
He
missed
said,
that.
I'm keeping my eye on you.
Oh my God, that was funny. It's terrible just sitting here laughing at my own jokes, but I haven't seen these. I literally haven't watched these shows since we made them. I've watched a couple of the compilations of Trigger Happy, but I've never watched the whole thing full through like that. No.
So I've got the Trigger Happy storage box.
Well, before you do that, should we just say, apart from me forgetting my headphones, that seemed to work quite well, I think.
Well, it definitely seems smoother by and large.
Yeah, and I think people watching this on catch up, or will be able to queue it up on our YouTube channel and watch
Exactly.
it. So should we from now on do next week? Let's do show 3 and the pilot, because the pilot's interesting.
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun to see the Comedy Lab.
Yeah. Okay.
First, but the
What
other
have you
thing-
got?
I went through the box. I've got a couple of cool things to share. Is this backwards?
Yes. What does it say?
Is it really backwards?
Yes.
Oh, it says Trigger Happy TV 1 bad press.
Bad press?
Bad press.
But I've had bad press for 19 years. Surely I had good press just for 1 year.
I got two great bits of bad press.
Oh, okay. Oh. Am I going to get
Here we
upset
go.
by this?
No, I don't think so.
I think I am.
So
I'm
here we
very
go.
sensitive.
This was in Hot Tickets magazine.
Yeah. Can I just say,
Their
before you
rev-
start, never heard of that magazine.
Well, it was. I mean, but it was obviously popular at the time.
No.
This is their review. Trigger Happy TV Channel 4.
Why are you
Okay, I'll read it all.
bad reviews?
It's the last bit that's funny.
Okay.
It says, besides Scarecom, in brackets, see League of Gentlemen below, a current vogue in new British comedy is to take the piss out of people using hidden camcorders.
Wow.
Often it's celebrities, see Ali G and Dennis Pennis, but this time it's the unsuspecting general public. Dom Jolly does things like pretending to defecate while reading a paper in a display window of a bathroom shop, which people would have seen last week.
That's high humor.
This is what some of it's quite funny. But what's with the indie soundtrack? Is it there to make me write the word trendy?
No, it's just there to say you don't have to use fucking clown music for comedy. Go fuck yourself. Hot Tickets, where are you now? Yeah,
Exactly.
where I am.
All right, the other bit of bad press from series 1
Why are you
was
doing
Time
bad
Out.
press, Sam?
Huh?
You had lots of good press. Why are you reading bad press?
I think it'd be more I think people would be more interested to hear the bad press.
I try to avoid bad press. It depresses me, but go on.
All right, bad press. The other piece of bad press from Time Out, who were always never really liked us.
No,
They say, check out TV, pitching itself as hoax telly meets the fast show.
no.
Not sure about that.
Yeah.
Don Jolly's rapid fire sketches are a hit and miss affair. There are at least half a dozen sub-undergrad skits to endure before you get to a belter.
Sub-undergrad.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then he says, but it's just about worth the wait.
Yeah, I think it's fair enough. But Time Out, I mean, let's face it, Time Out love, you know, they loved biracial drag shows. We were never going to excite them, to be honest.
Oh, but if this is all backwards, this isn't going to be of any interest.
No,
but
it's
if this
not.
was the
What is
right
it?
way around,
Is this some court case you had?
No. This is my receipt from Highway Hi-Fi at 242 Tottenham Court Road.
Yeah.
Where I bought, this is for the tech fans.
I don't think there are any tech fans.
Well, I'll keep it quick then. I bought a Sony DCR VX1000 for £2,500 on the 24th of June, 1968. That's what we shot all of Trigger Happy on a VX1000, which is...
You bought it in 1968?
Oh, did I say 68? I meant to say 1998.
Yeah, because that's before you were born.
Yeah, 24th of the 6th. That's where I got muddled. 24th
So what's
of
the
June.
name of the camera, though?
What's that?
What was the camera?
It was a VX1000, yeah.
Because there is a genuine point there. Up till, I remember even, I met the woman, I knew the woman that made Dennis Pennis. And I was a big fan of Dennis Pennis before we started doing stuff. And she said, can we come and film at your place? Because I had a roof in Notting Hill. And he turned up, I was so excited. And he had a camera crew and a sound people and stuff. And it just didn't feel very, like, just punk. And literally the year after that, when we got the idea of doing it, you suddenly could buy the camera you bought, the VX1000, right, for what at the time was a lot of money, £1,000. How much was it?
What, 2,500? But it looks like I also got a case with that.
It doesn't matter. But it was the equivalent of, like, you're in a band. Do I hire Richard Clayderman to do my, you know, my keyboards, or do I fuck it, just do it in my garage? The moment we got that camera, and with the shit audio you got, it meant we could just film and film and film and just make lots of mistakes and do shit stuff. But before that, we'd have to hire a professional film crew, and whatever we got, we'd have to use. So
the point was,
in that.
when we were making Series 1, Trigger Happy 1 and Series 2, there was literally 4 of us. I mean, there was you and me, and then we had 2, call them runners or PAs or whatever, one to drive the vehicle and one to kind of get releases.
I'd call them cunts.
No, that's so. Look, and then the other thing I thought was kind of fun, I found a piece of paper with some of the ideas. We would keep these kind of lists of you know, obviously ideas that we had, and this is kind of cool. It says portrait artist, and then there's 5 ideas that obviously we were thinking would be fun to do, and I don't think we did any of them. First one is climb into bag. That would have been good. You'd have done that well.
We probably did do that. We must have climbed into a bag at some stage. Jay Enable goes, I hope people who like Trigger Happy TV never see you on here so they can still enjoy it. Peace out, Dom, you cock. It's always good to hear from fans. Thank you.
Portrait artist salt course. That would have been really good.
Yeah, that would have been good.
And then park warden chainsaw. That would have been great.
Did
if
we
you
not
walked
do
up
that?
to someone with a chainsaw and said, you know, like, I found one of these.
I'm sure.
You know, do you recognize this?
Yeah.
I like that idea. Oh,
I like that idea, but it's 20 years too late, Sam. We're too old now.
All right, can I ask you a couple of questions before we got 8 minutes? Well, can I? Oh, mine stopped counting, so I don't know how long we got.
What do you mean? Ask me questions.
I want to ask you a couple of questions.
What, personal questions? Off camera?
No, like Trigger Happy cameras.
Oh, okay,
Trigger Happy questions.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Right. Here, I thought this would be an interesting one. What are you thinking when you go into a hit? Like, so when you're walking up to that guy dressed as the park warden, are you thinking what you're going to say, or are you just like, you just got to start doing it and work it out?
No, it's weird because weirdly, I never thought about what we're going to do. That it was almost like self-destructive, and that I wouldn't even tell you
Correct.
what the joke was, because I'd try and think of it on the spot, because to me that meant it was pure. So I'd suddenly think fire extinguisher, and my whole thing was to try and make you laugh. But I was also thinking all the way through, fuck, is Sam recording? And is someone going to walk in shot? There was so much stress going on all the time. Like, are we definitely recording the sound? Is someone going to stand in the way of Sam? And then now I've got to make it funny. So just so much. But that's why I think it was real, because essentially Trigger Happy TV was me showing off to you. It was about like, I want you, Sam has no idea what I'm about to say, and I'm trying to make him laugh, really.
Are there any people who you hit that stick in your mind? Can you remember any of them, or does it just go?
I think weirdly last week, the people I remember so much were the people in the first step, those two old ladies in Paul Lot Weir, where I'm dressed as the sea dog. And I remember you were standing on the beach and pointing up to a nice wall where I was going to walk in. And I remember you saying, so what because you're much more organized than me. And you'd say things like, so what's the joke here? And I was like, I don't know, Sam. And he goes, all right, well, why don't I film one and we'll kind of work out what the joke is. So that moment when I walked in with the old women was the first time I'd ever done that character. And I started, and I thought I'm just riffing. And then I remember them just, whatever I said, they just went, oh, yes. And that was it. I thought I'm never going to get better than that, you know. It was amazing.
So you could tell quite quickly whether someone was going to be good, if you know what I mean?
Well, I've told you this before, but I remember why Trigger Happy was so stressful is that although I think I can read people really well, people that look like the people that would take it well, it's only when you look them in the eyes that you know whether you're going to get something back. And I always used to say it was like a traffic light. So I'd go, right, here we go. I'm going to go up and talk to someone. So not only am I making something up, but I've got to hope they're not going to kill me. And there used to be a traffic light. There was red light. I'd start talking to someone and I'd look in their eyes, and green light, and I'd think, this is great. I can do anything I want. Amber light was like, okay, they're a bit thick, but I'm going to have to work at it. And red light was like just that emptiness where you think, just release some Broadmoor. This man has probably got a knife, run away. Like, it was very weird.
All right, well, look, should we do episode 3? And I like the idea of pairing that up with the pilot. Now that we've got ourselves a bit more streamlined, I reckon we could blow through both of those.
Because I think you have to watch a couple of shows to realise, because the pilot, we were offered a half-an-hour pilot by Channel 4, and actually we made a very un-ego decision to just do 15 minutes, run 30 minutes. We wanted to make a really tight 15 minutes, run 30 minutes. So we shared our moment in the spotlight, which could have been suicide, but it was actually fine. I'm just looking at a couple of questions here. How many weeks, months did it take to film a series? It basically took us a year to make each series. We'd filmed for about 9 months, just constantly filming. And then the editing was just, we just lived in the edit. It was all about the music, and, you know, you can watch Trigger Happy and without the edit, fucking hell, we did so much in the edit. What's pilots? So the pilot was the thing, that's Dan, who's one of my big fans. So the pilot was, Sam and I were working, I'd got the opportunity to get something on the Paramount Comedy Channel, making stuff. And I went to tell my girlfriend at a pub called The Engineer, and I was telling her, and Sam was the barman, and we met there, and he said, I'll do your camera work. Long story. But we ended up making a lot of stuff. Channel 4 got attention, and we did a thing called Comedy Lab. And so we did a one-off, and that's how we got it. Will you do one based in Lebanon? Probably not. That's too Trigger Happy for me. Most bizarre country Trigger Happy was sold to? Well, I thought North Korea. Trigger Happy is one of the 4 comedies that was ever shown in North Korea, which I'm quite pleased with. Love you gays. Well, I love gays too. Oh, you mean guys? Sorry, that's great. Yeah. Did you both work on Well Shut Your Mouth? No, Sam left because I'd gone and sought my own arse at the BBC at that stage. Sam thought, I'm going to pull out this early. So no, he didn't work on Well Shut Your Mouth. What comedy show had the biggest influence on you guys growing up? For me, it was probably a cross between Dennis Pennis and Not the 9 O'Clock News. What about you, Sam?
I like lots of American comedies, so yeah, I don't know. I think I like things like, I liked all the, you know, National Lampoon's Vacation and things like that.
National Lampoon, American
Yeah.
and European Vacation, one of my favorite films of all time. You're quite right. Yeah, that was good. Did you get in trouble for impersonating a park warden? Only from the comedy. Only from the comedy.
My memory also was that when we in the first few times we went out filming, people would get upset and they'd call the police, and then the police would show up and they'd be really annoyed. And then they told us, they said, look, just tell us where you're going to be, and then at least we know it's going on. And because what they would get really upset about was that they'd taken the time to come and look into something that was nothing. So I do remember, even though we didn't have location releases, we would tell Camden Police or Westminster Police where we were going to be filming that day, so that they kind of knew that we were around and about.
Because, and there's no greater example of inflated fake news, that I now live in Cheltenham in the Cotswolds. And do you remember we were filming The Burglar, who was the black stripe and white character in a place called Blockley. And we were just driving around the Cotswolds, stopped in this village. And the joke was basically just talk to anyone wandering around saying, are there any massive houses around here that are not lived in? And the joke was, I'm a burglar. But then I go, obviously, because I'm an architecture student or whatever. And this woman goes, oh, that house is open, is free. And she told us that. And we actually got her to sign afterwards, thought it was absolutely fine. And we didn't have mobile phones properly in those days. And we called into the office about 2 hours later, and they said, the Bourton-on-the-Water police are literally, they've sent their flying squad after you. And it's because from the woman, even though she'd been explained to her what was happening, she'd gone home, told someone who rang the police. So by the time it got to the police, she'd complained that there was a black Rastafarian, me, holding a shotgun, threatening to take out the post office. There was no post office in the village. So we had a lot of stuff like that. Thoughts on Fawlty Towers, the greatest English comedy ever. I mean, hands down, bang, just unfaulty. It's perfect. Now that's Kay Slevens, who's a very nice guy in New Jersey, who, when this whole lockdown stuff sent me, I got this big box, and he sent me, I don't know if he's a hoarder or a prepper, but he sent me a whole lot of sanitizing stuff and masks, and I felt like I was now hoarding, but I'd just like to say thank you very much, dude, because you sent me a lot of stuff. Darius Laws, I remember Darius. Any gold in the archives that the public wouldn't give you permission for? If all laws were off, we've got another 7 series of Trigger Happy that we couldn't show. But unfortunately,
it was hard. It was heartbreaking when there were times where we'd do one of these things and we'd both be howling with laughter. We'd go back to we'd run away, hide in the van, and the poor, runner who'd have to go and get the consent would come back, 5 minutes later saying, "I'm sorry, they didn't sign." And that's always a really
that was the worst thing.
Drive.
We'd film something amazing, and then it's not like you're a comedian. You film something amazing, you got it in the can. You then have to hope that someone will consent to it, which is fair enough. I don't want to force someone to be in something they don't know. But say you've just done this amazing off-the-cuff thing, and they don't sign. It was then so difficult to do it again because you're repeating the same joke. Someone just there said, have you heard of Norman Gunston? Yes, I have. He was one of the very, very first great Australian comics. And he used to look a bit like me in the sense that he would dress up in a suit, but he'd just have a couple of bandages on his face, like shaving nicks. And he would sit in, when people weren't suspicious back in the 70s, and he'd sit in a press conference with Margaret Thatcher and then just ask her a killer question. So yeah, big fan of his. Can't you blur their face? We do blur their face where we can, but I always feel a lot of the humor comes from seeing their face. So of course we can, yeah. What inspired the Red Fox gag? Well, I mean, for me, I used to watch a lot of those 1970s films, The Conversation, Deep Throat, all those spy films and people wearing just that whole... And actually, there was a thing in Mad magazine called Spy versus Spy, which was a great cartoon. So it was just very simple. But I love that. I really like that.
That was sort of the wardrobe reference, wasn't it? Spy v Spy.
Sorry, I got to do this. Most pissed off celebrity. It was definitely, what's his name?
Gordon Ramsay?
Yes, the keyboardist in Yes.
Oh, Rick Wakeman.
Rick Wakeman. So we interviewed him somewhere, and I had a bandage around my head, and I interviewed him, but I said, I'm really sorry, I've just been run over by a car, And if you've got a brain, you think, well, hang on, you've been run over by a car, but you've already got